before the Mughals swept across India, before the Ahom warriors conquered these valleys, before even the Aryans set foot in this corner of the world. Who ruled Assam? The answer lies buried in a 3,000-year-old mystery, hidden in the hills just south of Guwahati, in a kingdom that once bore the name Pragjyotisha, the city of Eastern Light. And in the pages of an ancient text called the Kalika Purana, there's a name that changed everything we thought we knew about the origins of Assamese civilization. Mahiranga Danava, the first recorded king of Assam. But here's the thing. According to mainstream history, he wasn't supposed to exist. Let me take you to modern-day Guwahati. Population, over 1 million people, bustling, urban and a modern city. But rewind the clock 3,000 years. And it was Pragjyotisha, the ancient capital of the easternmost edge of civilization, as the Aryans knew it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you drive 12 kilometers south from Guwahati, along the Shillong-Guwahati Road, you come across a hill. Nothing special. Nothing that screams historical landmark. And most people drive right past it. But this hill has a name, Mairang Parvat. And according to local tradition and historical texts, this is where the story begins. Because somewhere on or near this hill stood Mairanka, the capital city of the very first kingdom of Assam, the seat of power of Mahiranga Danava. Now you might be thinking, okay, cool story, but where's the proof? And Mahiranga Danava was one of their chiefs. He was not some mythological demon king, like later Brahmanical texts wanted you to believe. He was a real tribal ruler, a Kirata chief who established the first organized kingdom in the Brahmaputra Valley. And Mahiranga didn't rule in isolation. He built a dynasty. After his reign came his son, Narakasura, also called Hataka, then Sambarasura, or Sambara, then Ratnasura, or Ratna. Each one a Danava, each one a Kirata ruler. The Kalika Purana lists them methodically, like a genealogical record. And then we come to the final name in this line, Narakasura, the last of the Danava kings. The Puranas explicitly call him the ruler of the Kiratas. He sat on the throne at Mairanka, commanding the loyalty of the indigenous tribes of Pragjyotisha. But he had no idea his reign would mark the end of an era, because from the west, a conqueror was coming. His name was Narakasura. Now, depending on which Purana you read, Narakasura is described as either a demon king or a semi-divine ruler with celestial origins. But let's cut through the mythology and look at what actually happened. Narakasura was an Aryan chieftain, not Kirata, not Danava, but Aryan. And he didn't come to Pragjyotisha to make friends. He came to conquer. The Puranas frame it as a divine mission, a righteous king defeating a demonic ruler. But from the perspective of the Kiratas, this was an invasion, a violent overthrow of their indigenous kingdom. Narakasura's forces defeated Narakasura, and with that victory, he didn't just take the throne. He systematically displaced the Kiratas. According to the texts, he drove them out of the Brahmaputra Valley, pushing them toward the coast, toward the eastern hills, fragmenting their tribes. And in their place, he brought in Aryan settlers. He established Brahmanical rituals, built temples, introduced the caste system. He declared himself the founder of a new dynasty, the Brahma dynasty, also called the Varaha dynasty, claiming descent from the boar incarnation of Vishnu. This wasn't just a change in leadership. This was the Aryanization of Assam, the transformation of Pragjyotisha from a Kirata tribal kingdom into a Hindu kingdom under Aryan rule. And here's something intriguing. If you visit Guwahati today, you'll see the Kamakhya temple sitting on Nilachal Hill, one of the most important Shakti Pithas in India, a symbol of the Tantric and Brahmanical traditions that Narakasura and his dynasty brought to the region, beautiful and sacred to millions, but 12 kilometers south. Mairang Parvat still stands, but almost forgotten. No temple, no tourists, no signposts, just a hill. But that hill is where it all started. That's where Mairanka stood, the capital of the Danavas, the seat of Mahiranga, the kingdom of the Kiratas. And while Narakasura's temples still stand, while his dynasty is celebrated in the Puranas, the memory of the first kings of Assam has been almost completely erased. Almost. However, the Kalika Purana still remembers. The name Mairang Parvat still lingers. And now, you know it too.
তোমালোকে যেহেতু APSC, ADRE, অসম পুলিচ বা যিকোনো অসম গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ এক্সামৰ প্ৰিপাৰেচন কৰি আছা, এইকাৰণে ৰিক্যাপ এটা লৈ লোৱা বহুতেই জৰুৰী। এই গোটেই ভিডিঅ'ত মনত থব লগা পইণ্ট মহিৰংগ দান, আৰ্লিয়েষ্ট নন কিং অফ আছাম বা প্ৰাগজ্যোতিষপুৰ। ছেকেণ্ড পইণ্টটো হ'ল কেপিটেল আছিল মৈৰংক, দ্যাট ইজ প্ৰেজেণ্ট ডে মৈৰাং পৰ্বত, 12 কিলোমিটাৰ্ছ সাউথ অফ গুৱাহাটী। থাৰ্ড পইণ্টটো মহিৰংগ দানৱ, কিৰট চিফ, নন আৰিয়ান। ফৰ্থ পইণ্টটো হ'ল তেখেতৰ পিছত দানৱ ডাইনেষ্টিৰ কিং হ'ল হটকা, সম্বাৰা, ৰত্না আৰু ফাইনেলি ঘটকাসুৰ। ফিফথ পইণ্টটো হ'ল নৰকাসুৰে আহি ঘটকাসুৰক পৰাস্ত কৰি প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰি দিলে বৌমা ডাইনেষ্টি। এইটোৱে হয় ফাউণ্ডেশ্যন অসমৰ পলিটিকেল হিষ্ট্ৰী। আৰু এইখিনি কাহিনী আমাৰ আহোমখিনি অহাৰ আগতেই হৈ গৈছিল। যিমান বৰ্মন ডাইনেষ্টি আছিল, চলস্তম ডাইনেষ্টি আছিল, তাহাঁতৰো আগত, ইভেন ব্ৰিটিছখিনি ইণ্ডিয়াৰ অহা আগতেই এইখিনি হ'ল। আৰু এইখিনিৰ চ'ৰ্চ হ'ল আমাৰ কালিকা পুৰাণ। This is New Educates Career Academy, where we do not just study history, we decode it. And if this video helped you see Assam in a new light, please subscribe, because we here are just getting started. Because in the next video, we'll talk about Narakasura and how Sri Krishna finally gets the name Murari.